Right now, I am playing iRacing with krvr. It's a streamer app for Vision Pro. It allows you to stream from your local gaming PC, any VR game directed to your Vision Pro. It has the built-in foveated streaming from Vision OS 26.4 with their new partnership with NVIDIA. So if you're running this on an NVIDIA 40 series chip or higher, you will be able to take advantage of that foveated streaming capability. With krvr, you can see your hands and your arms while you are racing, and I've done other videos showing how you can even have a custom mask cutout to see your wheel. But today, I'm going to show you something else. iRacing has finally come out with their direct integration with Vision Pro, partnering with NVIDIA to deliver that foveated streaming capability. The companion app that runs separately on the Vision Pro to allow you to connect to iRacing. So today, I want to take a look at the performance comparisons. Take a look, I've got GPU usage while I'm running this right now, showing up on the bottom corner of the screen. And let's see if we can save any extra GPU usage or how it feels running iRacing with the companion app versus the krvr streamer. Unfortunately, given the way that the streaming is set up across both of these platforms, it's difficult to actually show you direct comparisons of frame rate or anything. So you have to trust me when I just talk about how things feel, how they look while I'm playing the game. Before I switch over to the iRacing companion app, I do want to say, generally, this feels pretty good, although I do sometimes experience a little bit of latency. I'll show you right here the settings that I do run for the krvr app, and also the settings I have enabled for the VR gameplay itself in iRacing. But I want to try to keep things as similar as possible before I switch over. So let me just do this straight away. I'll talk a little bit more about how the interior looks really clean, really high resolution text and graphics here. I just love the look of the wheel. And let me just slow down here and focus so I don't crash. Looking at the lights, the fan, all the data on the dash here, it looks super clean and crisp using krvr. And I love being able to see my hands on this virtual wheel, as well as have that option to mask out my real wheel. And as I look at the trees, the graphics look pretty decent running this on my 5070 Ti, but honestly, there's a little bit more to be desired here. So I pulled over and let's jump into iRacing. I want to show you from scratch how we set up this new integration. And first we have to download the iRacing app. So we can see the iRacing Connect here. We're going to go ahead and download this. Also notice X-Plane. I'm going to do a video on this as well. Very similar kind of vibe here. We'll be playing around with this joystick as well and seeing how that feels. So remember to stay subscribed to the channel if you are interested to see that as well. But we'll get into iRacing Connect. Only a couple ratings, so not many people have touched this yet. But let's go ahead and install and let's see what we got. All right, connect your simulator. Good. Detect racing wheel. So let's see how easy it is to get started. Launch iRacing desktop app. It's already launched. Let's see if I have to do anything else. Okay, it sees the device. Great. We're connected just like that. Okay. Show your hands. Also very quick. So now it just says launch the iRacing simulator. I was a little worried this would be similar to other setups. I think what we got to do is go over here and launch a race from the desktop. So I'm just going to keep the recording on from the headset so you can really see what it's like for me to set this up. I was just doing an AI race before in that opening scene. So let's close and replay the live race. And this is going to be Cloud XR. So we've already done all of this. I'm going to bring my mouse with me in case we need that. All right, we can see that it's loading up now. First try, that's exciting. We are now loaded in, and it was very simple just to get into this session on iRacing with that companion app. Unlike krvr, there are not many options that we can choose from when we're looking at this little pillbox here, other than just making sure that we can show our hands on the wheel. It's a simplified setup here just to get in and start racing. So I'm going to go ahead and click on practice right here. And as we sit at the wheel here, we can see we're very nicely lined up with this wheel. And you can see my physical wheel on the back here, the real wheel here. And now we have Vision Pro's built-in option for environment. So we can see it kind of loads us into like this 180 view where I can see my room clearly and even see a little bit of my wheel. So let me show you, if I remove this even more, that's about like the smallest view we could do and kind of see the whole wheel here, but that's not very immersive. And then if we go all the way, now we have the full VR interface and we can see my arms and hands. Again, just like krvr, but now just this simplified setup with the iRacing Connect app. There are no options in terms of any streaming settings or anything like that in the app itself. It's all done within settings in iRacing. So we can look at our settings here and start to adjust any graphics we would like, but I'm going to keep them the same as they were with krvr so we can do a true comparison. So if we go back to practice, I'm also going to take a look at the foveated streaming here. If I look between these two buttons, I'm trying to see if there's any delay in terms of the rendering and the pixelation here. I notice a tiny bit going back and forth. You might see it as the viewer a bit more, but the idea here is that these should be changing in terms of like the texture and the quality of the resolution as quickly as I'm looking at them. So to me as the viewer, I am not noticing any pixelation, but the GPU itself is not stressing as much to render this entire scene. And that is the whole benefit of the foveated streaming, foveated rendering capability. And I'm keeping, of course, those GPU stats on the bottom right of the screen so you can compare against what we were seeing with krvr. So let's get into it. As I'm driving, I am noticing the dashboard looks fantastic. The wheel still looks fantastic. Very similar to what we were experiencing in krvr. And as I look at the scenery in front of me, it's a little bit lacking in terms of the resolution, the detail, and I'm still not getting like that buttery smooth view as I'm racing here. It is absolutely playable. It's pretty solid, but I think I'll need to mess with my settings just a little bit more to get it to properly run as smoothly as possible. But my point here in this video is to show I'm not noticing a difference really in the quality of the graphics, the pass-through latency compared to when I was running the krvr app that's been available for some time now. The benefit, I would say, to this iRacing companion app is just you plug and play. Super simple. You just run the app on the Vision Pro and you saw how easy it was to connect. So that's great. But you are missing out on some of those more fine-tuning features and functions that are already available in something like krvr. So honest opinion here, I think not a huge benefit if you're already comfortable with these desktop streaming apps and then it allows you to play with all those settings. But if you just want to plug and play, you've got your gaming PC, you want to test out the Vision Pro with iRacing, the Connect app does exactly what it promises. Show your hands on the wheel. Foveated streaming works well. And just not really that big of a difference in improvement really at all compared to what's been out there already for some time. But if you want to try this out for yourself, I'll put a link to the iRacing Connect app in the description of the video. Thanks for watching this quick look on the iRacing companion app. And remember to stay subscribed to the channel if you guys want to continue to see these types of updates, especially in the Vision Pro gaming type of content. I'll be looking at X-Plane soon. Otherwise, let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and thanks for watching.